Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. I was asked about this thing. This was abandoned in the barn when I bought this house. Obviously it's a Honda MB5. It's a two-stroker. And the compression was, back then, was about nothing. And it didn't improve over time. Obviously it doesn't run. I just took the plastic off it. I wanted to take a quick look at it. I think it could be a nice parts donor though. So there you go, the old M5. Anyway folks, today's shout out is for Pokey 24197. 24197. Pookie. Actually, I guess it's Pookie, right? Anyway, he's been a big supporter of the Horde. He's been a subscriber for a long time. Has a lot of good comments. Nice guy. A few of the videos that I've enjoyed. He's got a China Wildfire. He paid like nothing for it, like 20 bucks. And it had bad motor mounts. He had to re-weld the motor mounts, and he did. And he got it running, and it runs, and he drives it about and all that. But he basically put together a video very similar to the one I put together on this thing saying, actually he did his first, but that, you know, these things are good for driving around in circles on the grass. Don't ride them like a Honda. You'll break them. So, he's got a Lakota that he's worked on. Tells an interesting story. He timed it up one tooth off, and it overheated a few times, and yet the thing lived. So, I mean, that's cool. He's got trains and mini bikes. A Yamaha Moto 4 that he $100 Craigslist deal, 80cc that he put together and got running. So he's doing a lot of good stuff there. Go check out his channel, Pooky 24197. Go visit him. What are we up to today? I'm back on this thing. I put quite a bit of time and effort into it. I doubled up the frame, and this is all still loose, right? I had to cut this down so like the tires, you know, have space in between. Probably showing you like this is better. Right. Just to show you guys, this is an upright that's going to be a motor mount, right? And they're going to hook to the motor here and down there, right? The motor's probably going to come back a ways, or this is going to go forward a ways. Probably no, the motor's got to come back. Yeah, I'm going to bring the motor back, I think. Anyway, when you put one of these together, you're like moving a bunch of things all at the same time. If I truly want this here, smashed up tight against there, that affects where my motor position is, obviously, and it affects whereabouts my axle is. One also has to pay attention to get the heights right? You don't want to be dragging the chain on the top or bottom. So, it's getting there. Because I doubled up the frame, I had to cut those channels bigger. Luckily, I spaced these out enough so that the plates will still bolt on. From a strength point of view, there's quite a bit of support here. Obviously, these rails are sandwiched onto the frame, and then they're going to be tied together through this plate, and this plate is tight up there, and then it's got the trailing, and I can even bring support down from up here, right? That's where the shock was, so I can even bring support down from here, you know. But as I'm messing around, I'm watching things like, right, there's the carburetor, or there's where the carburetor has to mount. Well, I got to squeeze a carburetor on here and an air filter without smashing into this thing. So that's another dimension I have to watch, right? You got to watch that you're not cattywampus, so that your chain travels properly. From a what does it look like point of view, I'm trying to watch the spacing here so that I'm pretty uniform from here to here and from like there to there, right? That way when I put tires on it, it doesn't look stupid. So I wouldn't mind bringing the tires perhaps a little bit more back this way. Yeah, there's a lot of as you're kind of fussing around with these things, there's a lot to think about, and if you plan on doing one of these, it's always helpful to think a lot and weld later. Though for this build, though obviously this is welded to this, and I have some more welding to do, this is going to be bolted on here, and it's going to be bolted on through here, right? So if I had to, I could take that off for whatever reason. The axle is going to be bolted to these side rails. These side rails are bolted to the frame and will be bolted to the frame here. So I'm not jumping off a cliff anywhere. A lot of times if you weld something on, I guess you could cut it off, but quite honestly, this frame, actually it's pretty thick, one really rather not weld to a frame and then have to cut it up and so forth. As I'm showing you this video though, guys, do me a favor, if you notice anything where I'm falling off a cliff, please let me know, right? A lot of this stuff, you know, when I bolt it together, I'll pull it together, it'll put some tension on things, which will be good. That'll sturdy it up when you have a little tension on the frame. I mean, when these are bolted up, that'll, you know, solidify things too. Guys, let me know what you think once again. Let me know if I'm jumping off a cliff here anywhere. I don't see anywhere where I'm going wrong. The more fabrication one does, the better you get at it. It's kind of like you do things on the first try. Like I cut this out, I then decided to double up the frame. Well, luckily I had these bolts spaced wide enough to be able to do that, but I had this too long, so it was going to bother the tires, and I didn't have that channel wide enough, so that took quite a long time to mess my way through. When it comes to this green stuff has no holes in it. The stuff I used underneath, actually, it's perforated. So the green stuff is actually going to be stronger. I think it's also slightly thicker than this. So by putting that on, it really beefs the metal up quite a lot. By the way, there's one of these here. in the back for the back motor mounts and to sturdy up the frame and so forth. There's also going to be one in front of the motor. This one, which will be front motor mounts, and it'll also, where that clamp is, it'll also clamp the frame tighter together. So I think given that the frame is doubled up now, that this should really do a nice job making things stronger. Once again, guys, if I'm missing something, do tell me. I won't take it as a crazy insult. It looks like the back is going to be slightly higher than the front. Maybe I've added 1.5 inches worth of, rake, so to speak, to it. So I think it'll be a cool project when it's done. I'm going to try to stay on it. I'm going to be alternating between this and the 350, the Forman 350. Right now I'm stuck on the Forman 350 because no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't break the bead on one of the tires. I even used my steel ramp and ran it over with the car, and if you guys could see, I bent the ramp trying to get that tire to jump off the rim. I went to the local tire place here in New York. We have a lot of Mavis tires, and they said they couldn't do it, it'd break their machine. So now I gotta go over to the local Honda place, which means I gotta get ready to get screwed. The local Honda place doesn't do anything cheap. If they do something for you, it's we'd like your firstborn and your next 3 paychecks. They're expensive. Alright folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Go check out Pookie, and remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up. And guys, please get out there and enjoy all your days. You don't know when it's going to end, so make sure you get out there and have some fun. Bye now, folks.